jump right in. This came to my attention today, and I wanted to share so I can be an added eye and ear to what's happening here in various parts of Ontario with our sing youths and even young adults that's happening starting from October. Um, and I'm going to show you the video. It's on the African Diaspora channel. Now, from since their last, from with the host, Emma, and she did tell me that four more has been missing since her last video.
We have a serious problem in Ontario. There has been a very disturbing amount of young Black males that have gone missing in and around Ontario between October and December of this year.
Now, let me just add fair use here because I am sharing somebody else's content. And I am going to have some commentary after because I'm going to play some recordings when I reached out to the various police services. The feedback that I got from one, that feedback I got from another one, very disparaging. One of them was very dismissive, and you hear it for yourself. The one from Niagara Regional. Her tone changed when I think not I believe she caught on that I was recording her, and then her tone changed. But I still rephrased what she said prior so that it's still recorded. And even her feedback to me was not at all helpful at all. And I'm going to show you their websites, the different areas in which they're where the public is supposed to be getting information. I have no idea, but I'm going to give credit to the other police services that were much more helpful. And their online presence is keeping people up to date. So again, it just shows you there is not a uniformity in the police services across board in how they interact with the community, interact with the public, how they show care for the community and care for the public. You will get one department that is on point and another one that's just very lackadaisical and actually to the point of dismissive, with no respect at all to the nature of the call and the seriousness of the call. So the police services board across Ontario, you all need to, all your chiefs, you guys come together for many different reasons, come together for this, and let's have a uniformity in how your officers, your dispatch officers, whoever your point of contact, for us to have a uniformity in how they react and interact with the public, and also on your websites and on your social media, how your uniformity going to present information that no matter where you live in Ontario, your police services board, there is a uniformity in where the community can go to keep updated, and even how you use your social media platforms to keep us informed. So without further ado, let me just continue with this. And again, this is from the African Diaspora channel. That's the title. The host is Emma. So let's just continue and head over there so you can add some comment to her work. But again, I'm just sharing just to assist.
We have Kimani Langley. He's 16 years old, last seen on October 21st in Brampton, Ontario. We have Al Pacino McNaught. He's 25 years old, last seen in Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario on October 19th. We have Michael. They did not reveal his last name, but he's 15 years old, and it was published on November 12th that he was last seen in Whitby, Ontario. We have Aiden. He's 15 years old. He was last seen on November 7th in Ajax, Ontario. And we have Malachi, 15 years old, last seen on December 1st in Toronto, Ontario. So if you've seen anything or heard anything, please, please, please contact your local Toronto or wherever you are in Ontario police station or Crime Stoppers, 1-800-222-TIPS, and please report. If you see anything suspicious, if you hear anything suspicious, please, please speak up. This is very, very disturbing, and I can only imagine the angst and the pain that the families of these young brothers are going through, not knowing where they are, not knowing what's happening, what the update is, if there are any updates, what are the police doing. So we as a community have to stand up and do what we can. Talking to my people, we are all that we have. So we have to rise up and do everything we can. So you see these pictures, you have their names, you know where they were last seen. So please, let's come together and bring these boys home. So let's, as you know, as Black people, let's be that village. Let's rise up and let's keep an eye out on our young Black youth, because there's a pattern here and it's really, really troubling me.
So, when Emma says we are all that we have, there is some truth to that because I reached out to several police services. The first recording you're going to hear is the recording I reached out to the Brampton Police Services for us to find out about the first young man that she spoke about, which was Kamani. So I wanted to find out about Kamani, Brampton. So I reached out to them. You're going to hear the interaction, very positive interaction. The officers responded like he cared. He understood the nature of the call. And I left a message where he told me to reach out to. But the next, after that, you're going to hear the recording from the Niagara. And Niagara Police Services is in regards to the young man, the other young man that Emma spoke about. You're going to hear how they responded. Very disappointing. It took very long. I eventually started to record her. I think after 4 minutes speaking, and I realized she was really dismissive. I didn't start recording her because of my positive interaction with Brampton. I'm thinking, okay, everybody's going to be like that. So you know what? It's a positive interaction. There's no need to record. And then I quickly realized, oh my gosh, I need to record this one. So I did press record. I sensed that she realized that she was being recorded, and then her tone changed. However, you will still capture enough for you to guess how dismissive she was, and she wasn't forthcoming and want to give any information. I had to pry it out of her as to, okay, who do I call? What's their number? It's just, she was just very, very dismissive. You're going to hear that. And then the other young men that she spoke about, you're going to see the information from Durham, how Durham is sharing their information. Can they do better? Like, but at the end of the day, they're sharing much more than Niagara. I could tell you that. Show you where they're having that information on their website. Again, not everybody's using their website the way they should. I'm also going to show you Niagara's website and everybody's website to show, again, the uniformity where they need to come together, because this is a mess. And then the other was Aiden. That she spoke about. He's also in Durham as well. Malachi, I'm going to show you Toronto Police Services, how they're keeping us updated. So please subscribe and follow if you're on X to follow them to get updates there. And I believe that was the end of it. So let's deep dive. So let's go to the first one, Kamani, and you are going to hear the feedback from there. And as I said, it was positive. It was positive. So here we go. Yes, I wanted to find out the department for me to get an update on missing children. Kamani Langley, I just heard about him being missing, so I wanted to know if there's an update and which department do I reach out for that.
And what's your association to that?
I'm a member of the community. I'm just a member of the community. I saw it online, a high volume of missing melanated young men in Ontario. I've never heard it on the news. So one, I just want to figure out what the police is doing, and two, just to get an update or what's going on, why it's not being publicized, so that community be more aware that our young men are going missing since October.
And where do you live?
I'm in Toronto.
You're in Toronto?
Yes, and it's mentioned Brampton, Oshawa, Toronto. There's a lot of our missing young men from age 15, 16 that are being missing since October, and I'm kind of shocked because I have sons and I haven't seen it on the news, so I'm just want to get an update.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just going to transfer over to our community liaison officer, okay?
Thank you.
1 second.
Okay, so he transferred me over. I left a message on her extension. So that was a positive feedback. He understood the nature of the call. He got the nature of the call, and he provides service. Right now, that's Brampton. We're gonna head over to their. Let me see. Did I pull up? When I did Brampton Police, it's coming up on the Peel region. So correct me if I'm wrong. So it's coming up as Peel region. So I do have Peel region here. And Peel region, let me just show you how they have theirs laid out, which again, there's always room for improvement. So when you go over to Peel region, this is their website. You go into, there's a page there for in the community over here. Not much. I clicked on it. There's not much. When I go into their tabs for media relations, corporate communications, or like there's nothing there. It's just contacts, right? There's nothing on their sites where you're able to see or for where they're posting any information. So again, there could be some huge room for improvement there in regards to how they're communicating with the public, right? Now, some people say if you go on their X account, we can always check that and see if they're over there. But my whole point is we can do a little bit better, okay? For Media Center, not much that was posted there in regards to, it's just video gallery stories, nothing there, right? Now, if you go over now to Durham actually has the young man. They have a page there for under their community services, where you click on that and there, right? So there's information. So again, if you go on their website, you can keep up to date, right? In regards to that, it was last updated 11th of December, right? You want to keep up to date. There's still anyone wanting for information, right? His picture's there, right? So again, thanks, Durham has some type of visual where people are aware and what's happening, and letting you know how you can get in contact. Okay, so now we're going to now pivot over to this one is this Niagara.
So what you're saying is, because I called Brampton, I told them I was from Toronto, and they were able to send me to their community liaison. What you're saying to me is Niagara, even though I'm not in Niagara, and I am I am in Ontario, and I do get Amber Alerts from anywhere in Ontario. Niagara Police Services don't have anybody that you can transfer me to in regards to communications to find out why we haven't gotten any Amber Alerts or any news media about missing children or youth. We have to hear it through content creator. And because I don't live in Niagara, you can't transfer me to any communications department to find out why we have not gotten any Amber Alerts about the missing children or youths in Niagara. Is that what you're saying to me?
No, I'm not telling you to get your information from a content creator.
Well, definitely yeah, but you're not giving me, that's what you're telling me. You're telling me you cannot speak to me because I don't live in Niagara. And what I'm saying to you is, which department in Niagara Police Services is responsible for communications of Amber Alerts or missing people for me to find out why we have not heard anything? Because anybody could travel. It doesn't, thank you.
So you're going to, yeah, so she had me on hold for a long time, so I'm going to fast forward.
Spoke to our supervisor. Do you have information in regards to a case that's in Niagara?
I do not have information on a case in Niagara. I'm wanting to find out which department in the Niagara Regional Police Services is the public
Yeah, that
able
would
to
be the
speak
media
to.
department.
Which one? The media?
That would be the media, and you can call tomorrow. They're not in on Sundays.
What is their contact number, please?
You can call an extension 5010.
5010, and I'm calling back this exact number, or is just a different number?
Yep. Nope, that's the same number.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm telling you, these people are rude and feisty. I pressed record after 4 minutes of speaking to her where she's dismissing me and telling me she can't talk to me because I'm not in Niagara. I have to call my local police people and find information, and if there's anything they can. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't think. Let me rephrase this statement. I am not calling as a family member. I'm not calling because I have information. My question is, why am I getting information from content creators about missing people, children, youths, doesn't matter. And twice she tried to shut me down and try to tell me because I don't live in their region, and because I'm not from Niagara, she can't tell me anything. It's private information. It's personal. I'm like, okay, let me rephrase it again. I said, I am not asking for private information. I am calling from the public. And then I'm like, but when I called Brampton sent me over to department and left a message there. And now you're telling me that you don't have any department where the public can speak to, because when I think she realized I was probably recording her or something, I think she probably realized, because when I now press record, and then I asked her the clearing question, she realized that, yeah, you're sounding ridiculous.
There have been others who've gone missing since the posting of Emma's video to give us heads up on what's happening specifically in our community. Stay in action, faith, and possibility. Walk in and protect your light. Your purpose will find you. Say what you mean and live like you mean what you say.